Hello, and welcome to the second version of your leadership tip of the week on August 17th of 2018. This week, what I want to talk about is how do you build trust? And although we could spend a whole day in class about it, I'm just going to give you a few ideas on this. The big thing for me is first off is consistency in your leadership and how you hold people accountable, how you give feedback. That's a big thing. But what I want to stress is the importance of doing your one-on-ones and making sure you get those scheduled. Now, I get it. You may be in a leadership position where you have over 100 people, and how do I do one-on-ones with 100 people? Well, you're just going to have to take your time in doing that. Especially if you're new to that leadership position. The importance of being available to your folks so they feel like their voice is heard is extremely important. And it's extremely important when you're trying to rebuild trust, say where you've taken over a team where there wasn't a lot of trust before. The more that you can make yourself available to listen to them and what their concerns are, the more they're going to feel like you're engaged with caring about what they do. If you think about it, if you've ever been in an organization or something or a job somewhere where you never saw your leader, or they managed from their office, then it wasn't necessarily most of the time it's a negative environment because you don't feel like your voice is heard. You don't feel like you matter except for the fact that you're filling a slot. So as a leader, it's very important to set up those one-on-ones, especially when you've taken over a team, because you really have to understand, especially if you're new to the leadership, whether it's new to the position or new to the title, whatever it might be, you've got to really understand the culture that you're walking into. And no one is better than helping you understand that than the folks who've actually been experiencing that. And so talking to them about what they have been through and what they're, what you also want to communicate your expectations, but also to hear their expectations of you as their leader, because we talk about that as a servant leader. They are going to have certain expectations that they're going to want from you. And, getting on the same page as a team, because even though you may be holding the title, you may be in the leadership position, you're still part of that team. And ultimately, you're responsible for that team's success. And so really schedule those one-on-ones. So when new folks, make sure you're doing your 30, 60, 90s. Keep those things on the forefront, because it's, as we've talked about many times, that all studies show that if 30, 60, 90s are done on a consistent basis, that your retention goes up. That folks, it's because folks know that you as a leader are care about what they're doing, and it doesn't take that much time. So I really encourage you to get the one-on-ones on a regular basis with your folks. And if you have a very large dispersed team, then work on coaching your leadership team, however many that may be, into learning how to do one-on-ones also. So that way, if you do have that dispersed team, there at least you can make sure that if you can't get there, that someone is there and is a voice for them for whatever their opportunities might be. The last thing I'm going to leave you with today is just when you talk about trust, so here you go, is when you talk about the word trust and you're talking to folks, it's writing this on the board or on your tablet if you're on a one-on-one or whatever, and write this word and say, just remember, As we work together, we're one team, and we're going to get better. And because that's what we want to do as a team, is get better. And one of the things we need is to trust each other in that. And remember something, there is no trust without us. There's only Turt. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.